Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We are looking at the Pralaya, and also for the Jnani, also it is like a Pralaya, because the Jnana itself burns everything. I think the last sentence we saw was Andam Jnanagnina Dagdham Karanaihi Saha Paramatmani Deenam Bhavati. So the entire world is as though burnt for the Jnani, because Jnani does not see any Namarupa. Namarupa is no more as any existence. See, even in Tamil movies and all, it is very famous, correct? We talk about the third eye of Shiva. And then they say that if Shiva opens the third eye, it burns away everything. So what is the significance of that? What does it really burn? It means it burns the Namarupa, correct? Fire itself, whatever you put into fire, that individual name and form is gone. What is left is only ash. Whatever you put, everything becomes ash in the fire. In fact, that ash is called Vibhuti. Because we take it, Bhasma, the ash is the Vibhuti, correct? And we wear it also. So why do we call the ash as Vibhuti? Because Vibhuti means actually glory. So why should the ash be the glory which is associated with Bhagavan Shiva? Well, we wear the ash as Bhagavad Vibhuti only, representing Bhagavan. Means it all makes sense only if you understand Vedanta actually. Because the Jnanagni, which Shiva is having the third eye, it reduces all the names and forms, correct? It burns away the names and form, and whatever is left is the ash, which is the Vastu, we say. Because all the names and forms are gone, whatever is left is the Vastu, which is the Atma itself. The Atma Vastu alone is left. Once the names and forms are gone, and that is Pujya for us. That is worshipful, that is the glory of Lord in fact. Because even if the names and forms are there, Bhagavan is the same Bhagavan. Even if all those things are gone also, Bhagavan is still glorious. That is the glory of Bhagavan. So the ash itself represents the Jnana Avastha, you can say, correct? Because that's why we say when the Jnana Chakshu is opened, the third eye is opened also, everything is burnt down. So everything is burnt down there, literally means that the Namarupa no more counts. All the Namarupa are gone, and what is there is always Vastu. Like we said, Parattil Maraindadu Parmudal Bhutam also I said, correct? I quoted Tirumular before. Parattai Maraitadu Parmudal Bhutam. So if you see the world as something which is existing independently, then you are a samsari. And you will get fear only, because the world is so big compared to me. Anyway, whoever you are, however accomplished you are, the world is much, much bigger than you, and you will feel limited only. You will feel small, and that's not good. That's not going to make you feel happy also forever. So it's always a problem for us. So that's why we have to understand the nature of the world, and the nature of the world is that world as we see is only an appearance. So even the modern science helps us there, correct? Because modern science also reduces everything to some 2 or 3 quarks. That's all they say. The fundamental building blocks are quarks, they call it, subatomic particles. And even they have to be, as a quantum system, they have to be collapsed by an observer. Who that observer is, what is the nature of that observer and all, they have no idea. Or there are some differences of opinion. But this is where even the science is leading you. Every physicist understands that 99% of whatever we are seeing is all space really. Atomic level if you go, whatever is actually occupied matter, whatever matter occupies, like the nucleus and the electron cloud, in between is all 99% space only is there. So how then all this whatever we are seeing is there is the Maya, correct? That is the Ishvara Maya really speaking. So that Maya part, most scientists they understand actually. But they have no understanding of the Satya Vastu. For that only the Veda alone is the Pramana. So they don't have a Pramana to arrive at the Satya Vastu. So once this, so the burning of the Anda, whatever is mentioned here, need not be even literal burning. Understand that. It is in your own understanding. There is no more jnana, whatever the Namarupa is, not there. Only the Vastu alone is there. If you are able to see only the Vastu, of course the Sat Vastu is everywhere, correct? Everything which you cognize is only a Sat, Sat, Sat. Of course that Sat itself you are cognizing with Chit alone. So Sat Chit is the invariable, correct? Consciousness is the invariable in each and every cognition. And that is what one has to recognize. If you recognize that, you have actually burnt the world itself, because then whatever Nama Rupa in each and every cognition, it doesn't count because it keeps on changing. That is only Mithya for us. It really does not count. What is there is consciousness is. In each and every cognition, consciousness is the invariable that has to be recognized. And recognizing that itself means you have Jnanagnina Andam Daktham. Andam, the entire Brahmanda, the entire universe is gone, because entire universe is nothing but, you can consider it only subject and object, correct? By, if you look at it as subject and object, you have covered the entire universe. Whatever it is there, whatever you know, whatever you don't know also, everything put together, only subject and object. And subject-object division itself is only an appearance, really speaking. Therefore, along with its karana, everything, each and every cognition in fact resolves back into Atma, Atma Swarupa only. And knowing that is the important thing. Aham nirvikalpaha, that is the knowledge one should have. Even though there is a subject-object difference, that's not really true. That is only an appearance in me. I am the one who is both the subject and the object in each and every cognition. That is the jnanam. That is what is said in the Kena Upanishad also as pratibodha viditam matam. Amritatvam hi vindate, like that. Atmana vindate viryam. Like this, the Kena Upanishad quotation is there. So pratibodha viditam matam is one of the favorite Upanishadic Vakya of my Guruji. He used to say that always. In fact, that's why we have kept that as our, whatever, in our Aarsha Vidya Varshini logo, if you see, we will have Pratibodha Viditam Matam Amritatvam Hi Vindate, like that. That is our slogan, you can say. So the Pratibodha Viditam Matam means what? Bodham Bodham Prati Viditam, Yat Viditam. In each and every cognition, Atma is not some special experience which you have to know, or which you have to attain or anything. In each and every cognition you have to recognize Atma in fact. That is knowledge. Knowledge is not having some special experience or anything. Even in a special experience, only if it helps you to know the Atma, it is useful at the end of the day, understand? So whatever may be the experience, whatever may be the cognition, in each and every cognition, whatever is known as the invariable, correct? That is the one we miss actually. In each and every cognition, we are more interested in knowing the actual object only. In that process, we miss whatever is the obvious, which is that the invariable in each and every cognition is me, and that me, into that me alone, everything actually resolves, both the subject and object, and that is me. So that understanding is the Vedantic jnanam. And that jnanam again, when we talk about the Vedanta jnanam also, the Kena Upanishad is very, very interesting. So it even says, it says things which look contradictory, correct? Yasya matam, tasya matam, matam yasya, vedana saha. So it says, the one who says I know, does not know this Atma. And one who says, I don't know, he knows that. Okay? So now what is this? It looks very contradictory, correct? Now again what it is trying to, and then later on immediately it says Pratibodha Viditam Matam also. After having said this, so what it is trying to point out, that you cannot know the Atma as an object. The one who says that I know Atma, Paramatma is having 4 hands, in one hand Paramatma is having Gada, and all this, something like that, let us say. The Upasya Vastu, Upasya Murti, the Upasya Devata itself is the Paramatma. If somebody says, then that person does not know. Correct? Yasya Matam, Tasya Amatam, it says. And one who says, I cannot know Atma as an object, he knows. Because Atma is always the Surupa of the very subject, and that is Atma. And in fact, from the Veda we also understand that both the subject and object are really only this Atma. Nothing is separate from the Atma. So this is how you burn the entire Srishti. And along with the Karana, means here the Karana is Avidya. Avidya alone. Basically when you are burning the Anda, what you have burnt is your own ignorance. Self-ignorance is gone. Then what? Everything resolves only into this Paramatma. Paramatmani Leenam Bhavati. Okay. Then what happens? Okay. Therefore what should you do? Yajnavalkya has said all these things. So now he says, Tato Brahmanaha Samahito Bhutva Tattvam Pada Aikyameva Sada Kurya. So, this Jnanam alone can burn the entire Srishti. Therefore, you put effort into gaining this Jnanam and also being established in the Jnana. Correct? So, he says that therefore, Brahmanaha means here again, Brahmanaha means the one who is desirous of knowing Brahman. That's all. The Mumukshu is called Brahmanaha here because Mumukshus, all the Mumukshus, this is not Jati Brahmana here or anything like that. Here Brahmana means one who is interested in knowing the Brahman. And that Brahmana Samahito Bhutva means Samahitaha. Again the Samadhi and Samahita and all are from the same root and whatever prefix. So means you have one pointed, your mind should be focused on only that. One pointed focus. Samahito Bhutva Tattvam Pada Aikyameva Sada Kuryat means you only understand the identity between Tat and Tvam. You focus only on that understanding and arrive at the identity and be clear and recollect that same thing all the time. And this is the only way you can burn the entire Srishti. Okay, another interesting thing which comes to my mind now is even zero, correct? There is zero is there. Now the word for zero in our Indian language is very interesting, correct? There is one word called Shunya, but there is another word called Pujya. So the Pujya word again is there even in Tamil, I think in other languages also zero is called Pujya, correct? Now why should zero be Pujya? Pujya means literally it means worship worthy, correct? That which is worthy of worship. Now when we say nothing is there, zero means it is nothing or vacuum and all that, correct? Then why should vacuum be worthy of worship? Does it make any sense? I think it makes very much sense. Only again if you understand Vedanta. Why? Because even in vacuum what you have removed all the Nama Rupa, correct? Then what is there? Only the Chetana, Chaitanya which is actually cognizing the vacuum alone is there. That is the real vacuum. If at all you say vacuum means you have removed everything, but you cannot still remove the conscious being who is cognizing the vacuum. So zero means basically you have removed all the Nama Rupa. But what is still there is Atma has to be there. Somebody who cognizes the vacuum has to be there or not. Without that there is no zero. And that means what? That means zero becomes Pujya. That's why. Because zero means You can remove all the Nama Rupa and say zero, but whatever is left even after removing everything, that is really Pujya for us, because that is the Atma Swarupa itself. That is the most auspicious. So that is why even zero is called Pujya. That is there only in our culture, I think. I don't know whether other cultures what word they have for zero and what is the meaning, but for us it's a very interesting thing. So here you focus only on the Tattvam Pada Aikya. And then what? Tataha Megha Paye Amshumaniva Atma Avirbhavati. So this is another very interesting imagery, correct? This imagery I like a lot because it says like even the cloud which has now moved away, and then it is showing the sun in all its glory, correct? Amshuman, now the sun has come out. So like I said, this Ajnana itself is always called a Avarana. Ajnanena avrutam jnanam tena mukhyanti jantavaha. Like that it is said. Bhagavan also says that in the Gita. So the jnanam is covered by Ajnana. And therefore the jivas are all deluded. So like I say, but in reality Atma being Ananta cannot be covered by anything, actually speaking. But it is like a cloud which covers the sun. Cloud is not as big as the sun to cover it entirely or anything. But from a particular standpoint, still a cloud can actually cover the sun. And the other point is, the sun itself is not opposed to the cloud or anything. Even the very cloud is visible only due to the same sun. Like that, we also know that Ajnana also is Sakshi Bhasya, we say. It is known to the Sakshi. In fact, Bhashyakara uses that as one of the arguments to say that Ajnanam is not really the nature of this Atma. Because there is one more whatever opinion is there, or one more Purva Pakshi is there. The opponent comes and says, why can't Ajnana itself be the nature of Atma? In fact, this comes in the Vedarnika also. And so there, what is said, Ajnana cannot be the nature of the Atma, because Ajnana also is known. It is known to you. Then how can it be you? Whatever I know is not I. So Ajnana also is not Atma Dharma, or it is not Atma Swarupa. Therefore, it can be removed. In fact, the opponent tries to establish that with jnana alone, you cannot gain moksha. And so they are giving all sorts of arguments. So one of the things which they try to pin down is that even if you say Ajnana is there, Ajnana is Atma Dharma. Like this, they bring an argument anyway. So basically Ajnanam also is known. Like even the cloud is known only due to the light of the sun. Like that, even Ajnanam is known only because the Atma is only lighting it up also. And Atma is not against that. The Swarupa Jnanam is not a Virodhi of Ajnanam. Then what is the Virodhi of Ajnanam? Correct? The Virodhi of Ajnanam is only Vritti Jnanam, we say. Again, the Manovritti, that is the Akhandakara Vritti, we say. So the Manovritti Jnanam alone is Ajnana Virodhi, because Ajnana also is only Karana Dosha, we have to say finally. It is there in the Antakarana only. Therefore, even in the case of cloud, only the wind is the Virodhi, correct, of the cloud. But some people extend this imagery also. They are very intelligent, our people. Good imagination. They say, even there, the Atma's Anugraha has to be there. Paramatma's Anugraha. Then only Ajnana Nivritti also will happen. Like they say, even the cloud, for the cloud to go away, wind is there, we say. But how did the wind form? Means again the wind also is forming because of the heat of the sun alone, correct? So that is like the Paramatma Anugraha, they say. So that is a little bit of a extension of the imagery. But so But sometimes if you go too much into all these analogies, you will go get into some knots. But here it is not that bad. So it is actually an interesting imagery, correct?
This ajnana, if I have an ajnana, if I have a jnana only, I can understand that there is an ajnana. Otherwise,
this is correct. What you are saying is very much correct. That is why you see traditionally, to know the absence of something, you have to have the pratiyogi jnanam, we say. Okay? So if you say the pot is not there here, unless you know what is pot, you cannot even talk about the absence of pot, correct? Pratiyogi jnanam vina, the absence jnanam cannot be there. In fact, whenever we talk of an absence or abhava, two things have to be there, we say, pratiyogi and anuyogi. You should know what is absent and where it is absent also. So you say pot is not there on the table, correct? The locus also you have to give. But ajnana is not like that. That's why we say ajnana itself is known as a sakshi bhasya when we say. Ajnanam is not simply an absence of something. That's why it is a covering on the Atma like that. Is it clear? So that is why, but for Ajnana also we have to have a Vishaya and an Ashraya. Now there is uniform consensus that the Ajnana Vishaya is Brahman, correct? Ajnana Vishaya is Brahman. So Brahma Vishayam only Ajnanam, because you cannot say there is an Ajnana with reference to Atma like that, because Atma's existence at least is known. Everybody says I am there, but you don't know I am Brahman, correct? So there is that Brahman is Atma, which is fine. But even the Ajnana Vishayam is Brahman. Brahman is the Ajnana Vishaya. But where is it now? Where is it located? Ashraya means, again there are different opinions are there within the tradition. There is a minority view that Ajnana Ashraya is Jiva. Okay. Means the individual only has Ajnana, because Ishvara cannot have any Ajnanam. Ishvara is already Sarvajnaha. Okay. Then there is another view that even the Jiva also is not other than Brahman, correct? Brahman only entered Sa iha anupravishtaha, correct? Tat sritva tadeva anupravishati. So who entered and became the Jiva? Anena atmana jivena anupravishya, like that also it is there. It explicitly said he entered and he became the Jiva. So Bhashikara in one place actually says the only conscious entity is Brahman alone. And ignorance can be there only in a conscious entity. Right? It cannot be there in Jada. Jada Vastu doesn't have neither Jnanam or Ajnanam. So the Vivarana, the majority view is that Brahman itself is the Ajnana Vishaya and Ajnana Ashraya. There is no dosha in saying this, because Brahman is not anyway affected by Ajnana. Ajnana is not of the same order of reality again, understand that. So when we say that Brahman has Ajnana, means it is not like that something has happened to Brahman. Just because the cloud is covering the sun, it doesn't mean really, from the standpoint of sun, there is no cloud or anything, understand that. So it is all only a particular standpoint. And so Brahman itself is the only conscious entity, means Brahman only can have Ajnanam also. And there is no dosha in this. This is another view. So we follow the view that Brahman is both the Ajnana Vishaya and Ajnana Ashraya. Okay? And so that Ajnana has to go away, like even the cloud has to go away to uncover the sun. And that will go away only with wind, means here it will go away only with the Vritti Jnana. And this Vritti Jnana is produced by that whatever, by the Mahavakya we say, correct? The Mahavakya Vritti Jnanam is the one which actually destroys the Ajnana. And then the Atma shines by itself. So Atma Avirbhavati here means again the Atma cannot be objectified. It shines as it is. Only the Ajnana is not, really speaking. Then what? Dhyatva madhyastam Atmanam Kalashantara Deepavat. So now, but even, okay, now, generally how the commentaries will go now is, up to now everything has been said about Jnani, how to gain the Jnanam, etc. Now even after this, you don't have Jnanam, or you feel that this Jnanam is not strong enough, then what do I do? Always all Upanishads talk about some upasana or the other. Okay, because your mind has to be now always focused on this Jnanam alone. So what do we do? Different kinds of practices are given. And one of that is now what he is saying is what? Now you do Dhyanam. In here, Madhyastam Atmanam means it is in the middle of your body. Here Atma is really body only, because he is now the Upasana is being talked about. That you visualize this Atma is there at the center of your body, and how it is like even a flame is there inside a pot or a kalasha. So you keep a flame within the kalasha. Like this Atma is the one which is lighting up this body, correct? Which is inside this body. So you visualize like that. And what is the size of that flame? Angushtamatram Atmanam Adhumat Jyotihi Adhumat Jyoti Rupakam. So this Atma is like a flame which is of the size of the Angushta, the thumb. So this is the size of the thumb. It is there here. Now you visualize like that and do meditation. This Atma alone is shining there of the size of this thumb, and how it is also shining, like even without any smoke. There is no smoke, only the flame alone is there. Smokeless flame, like that you visualize and do Dhyanam. Atma is there. Basically all this because to separate again the body from the Atma. Atma, Anatma only, it's all part of understanding that this Atma is separate from the body, mind, sense complex. So that is the main thing here. So you do Upasana like this. And further what? So when you do this, what do you understand? That is what is said here. Prakashayan. No, Prakashayantam. Antastham. Dhyayet Kutastham Abhyayam. So the one who is shining, right? One who is lighting up everything. Prakashayantam. And where? Internally, Antastham. Internally, the one who is lighting up everything, you Dhyayet means may you meditate on that flame which is lighting up everything internally. And what is the nature of that? It is Kutastha, means it is the one which is there like the anvil in the smithy shop, means unchanging, Abhyayam. It is the unchanging reality which is there. The body is changing all the time, constantly. Even while the body is changing, whatever is there, unchanging reality, which is all the time shining, that is the, you meditate on that Atman. And the one who keeps meditating like this, what? Dhyayan naste Munischaiva Cha asuktehe amritehe Amritehe tu yaha. So Dhyayan naste means one who keeps meditating like this. And he is also a Munihi. Munihi means Mananashilaha. Munihi, they say normally. Means one who is also reflecting on this only. Whatever is taught by the Shastra, one who is reflecting on that and meditating on that all the time. Means what? He is meditating till the time you sleep, you think about this only. But recently I conducted classes on one text called Durvasana Pratikara Dashakam. Okay. This also is supposed to be written by Vidya. So in the first verse only there, he gives you a daily Daily what all you should do as a mukshu. He says, you get up in the morning, you do whatever, nitya karma, okay, and then what? And then you study the shastra, and you only reflect on whatever is there. And then even after that what? If you get bored studying shastra, okay. Now you study the moksha dharma portion of the Mahabharata. Again there also Vedanta only is there. In Mahabharata there is a portion called moksha dharma. So you study that. Then what? Later on you study Yoga Vasishta, he says. Okay, Vasishta Ramayanam. So Ramayana you study, or Adhyatma Ramayana is there. In the Brahmanda Purana, it's very interesting. Even Ramayana is interpreted as Vedanta. And then in the evening what you do? You study Bhagavata. Bhagavata is also completely Advaita actually. Even though many Dvaita Sampradayas, they give a higher status to Bhagavata even more than even Veda, some people. But if you read the Sridhari commentary is there, which is basically Advaita commentary on that. The oldest commentary on Bhagavata, the first Bhagavata verse itself is completely Advaita. Once you have studied Vedanta and you go and read Bhagavata, you will see everywhere that it's all completely Advaita only. In fact, if you go to the ISKCON website, some verses they don't even translate it. Because they cannot even translate it because so much, it is so blatantly talking about Advaita that they just skip translating that particular verse. So Bhagavata you study, he says. And then you, after that what? You keep thinking about all these things only till you sleep. This is the daily plan which Vidyaranya is giving, okay, as a mukshu. Like that here, you keep thinking about the same thing till the time you sleep. Now every day you do that. Till when and now? Amrite, till the time you die you do that. That's all. You keep doing that. Okay. So the one who does like that, so Amrite tu yaha jivan muktaha saha Vijñeyaha sadhanyaha kritakrityavan. So such a person is really jivan muktaha because he is always only in having this knowledge. He is recollecting or reflecting on this, and so he should be known as jivan muktaha, and he is blessed. Sadhanyaha. There is no greater blessing than this, correct? That, in fact, in the Panchadashi, in one chapter, in the end, Vidyaranya writes that Anubhava of a Jivan Mukta. So, Aham Dhanyaha and all that. It's very nice to read that portion. And Kritakrityavan. So, the Kritakritya word again is used for a Jnani or a Mukta Purusha. Means the one who has done all that has to be done. Means there is nothing more to be done. For the Mukta Purusha, for the one who is free, there is nothing to be done. Why? Because you do something only because you want the karma phala, correct? Because you think you are a wanting being and you think somehow the karma phala is going to get rid of your wants. So, that way if you see Jnani does not look upon himself or herself as a wanting person. So there is nothing to be done. So the Bhagavan also says this in so many words, correct? Name parthasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu inchana. In all the three words, I don't have anything to be done. I don't need to do anything at all. There is nothing to be done because karma phala is not going to make me happy. Nor I have to get rid of something by doing karma. Both is not there, correct? I told you even in Tirukural, Bhagavan is beautifully called as Vendadal Vendamai Ilan. That is the best thing, correct? That should apply to a Mukta Purusha also. Mukta Purusha also is Vendadal Vendamai Ilan. You don't want anything, means you don't want to gain anything, nor you want to get rid of anything. Both are not there. Then only you can be Bhagavan also. In fact, that is why the Bhaga Shabda, Bhagavan, means what? In fact, in the Gita, Bhagavan Vacha keeps coming all over, correct? But suddenly in the third chapter, I think around 37th verse or something, there one Bhagavan Vacha comes. Okay? Then suddenly Shankaracharya gives the meaning of the word Bhagavan there only. He didn't give it before, I don't know why. Suddenly he gives the meaning of the word Bhagavan in the Bhashya and he quotes the Vishnu Purana. So Bhagavan word, if you take, is like Balavan, Dhanavan and all that, correct? So Balavan and all you have, even in Tamil we have Balavan. So Balavan means what? One who has Balam is Balavan, correct? Similarly, one who has Dhanam is Dhanavan. So here that means Bhagavan means one who has Bhaga is Bhagavan, correct? Now Bhaga means what? Bhaga in general, from Bhaga only you get the word Bhagyam and all that, correct? Bhagyam word is very, again, the Taddita version of that Bhaga word is very, Bhagya Suktam also is there. Okay? In those who know the Vedic Suttas. So the Bhagyam means something which is some kind of a prosperity only we say, correct? But in this case, the Vishnu Purana says, Bhaga is not just wealth. It says specifically that six-fold qualities are called Bhaga. Okay? There are six-fold qualities that is called Bhaga, and whoever has all these qualities is Bhagavan really. They alone are Bhagavan. And what are those six-fold qualities? That was Aishwaryasya Samagrasya Viryasya Yashashashriyaha Jnana Vairagyayoschaiva Shannam Bhaga Itirana. Like that. There is a slight Patabeda also in this, I think. But the version I remember, this is what Shankara also quotes, I think. You can go and refer to the Gita Bhashya, the 3rd chapter end. The last Bhagavan Vacha is there. If there, Shankara actually suddenly gives the meaning of Bhagavan, as I said. And he quotes this. So, Aishwaryasya Samagra means complete. So, for Bhagavan, everything is all, I said, correct? The same thing, in fact, we also have, but everything is small here. Here, everything is small, there, everything is all. So, Samagraha. The Samagra word you have to associate with all other words in the verse. That means what? Aishwarya. So, first is Samagra Aishwarya. Bhagavan has complete overlordship. Means Bhagavan is the Lord or the boss of everything. Means everybody is operating under Bhagavad Niyati. But Bhagavan does not operate under anybody's Niyati. That is the idea here. Okay, one who is not subjected to anybody's laws. Everybody is actually subjected to the laws of Bhagavan alone. In fact, Bhagavan alone is manifest as the very laws, as I said. So that is Aishwarya, means overlordship. So Samagra Aishwarya, that means complete or total overlordship. Then Aishwaryasya Samagrasya Viryasya Yashasha Shriyaha. So three more. Virya, Samagra Virya, Samagra Yashas, Samagra Shri also. Okay. So Virya means Shakti. Bhagavan only wields the entire Shakti. Mayam tu Prakritim Vidyat, Mayinam tu Maheshwaram. So Ishvara is the wielder of the Shakti and one who keeps the Prakriti under his control and all that. Even in Gita also Bhagavan says that. So that means all the Shakti is there. We also have Shakti, little bit Shakti. Okay? If you ask me to lift this phone, this is fine. But if you ask me to lift a rock, means gone. I cannot do that. So that's all is our Shakti. And then what? Yashas also. Fame. Bhagavan, all fame is only Bhagavan's fame. Ella Pugaram Iraivanukena. This is famously, it's also said by us, understand that. It is not said by some other theology. We are, in fact, the entire Gita chapter is there. Right? Vibhuti Yoga in the Gita is there. There Bhagavan is, wherever you find something which is glorious, the Vibhuti, don't think that it is your glory or somebody else's glory. It is, I am only manifest as anything which is glorious in the Srishti. So he starts giving a list then. In that he says even Pandavanam, amongst the Pandava I am the Arjuna and all that. And he says Vedanam Samavedosmi, correct? Devanam Asmi Vasavaha, like that. Then you use that entire chapter, and then he says there is no end for this. This is only, it's not a complete list or anything. I am just giving you a list. But there also the important thing is what? The glory of Bhagavan, wherever we see, we have to recognize. That is for the Upasana. that helps you to recognize Bhagavan everywhere. Okay, Bhagavan is there at manifest as everything here, and particularly whatever is glorious, that is definitely Bhagavan. You recognize. It is easier to recognize that, like that. So Bhashyakara also says this is only for the purpose of Upasana that Bhagavan is revealing, because if Bhagavan is only the glorious, then what about the inglorious? That is also Bhagavan actually. Because if you take Sri Rudram, it is the other way around. All sorts of criminals are mentioned there. Okay? Particularly that Namasahamanaya Vyadina Vyadini Nam Pataye Namo Namakka Kubhaya Nishankinehe Stena Nam Pataye. Stena Nam Pataye. You are the leader of all the thieves. Okay? Nartan Charaha. You come in the night and you steal. Like this, all kinds of crimes are all mentioned. Whoever is doing all criminals are also for us Rudra only, Bhagavan only, understand? So it's not only the good alone is Bhagavan. For a Vedanta thing, everything is Bhagavan. But why do we talk about the Vibhuti? Means that is easier for Upasana purpose, it is easier to focus on Kalyana Guna and all the characters. Vaishnavas also say that Bhagavan is Ananta Kalyana Guna Sampannaha, like that. In fact, Nirgunaha also they interpret it very interestingly. They say that Nirheya Gunaha, like that they add one Heya in between. Means Bhagavan does not have any guna which has to be given up, it seems. That means all the guna he has is always auspicious. That's what Ananta Kalyana Guna Sampannaha. But then in the world everything is not Kalyana Guna, correct? What about then is it not Bhagavan? There is a problem there. You cannot say only Ananta Kalyana Guna and all that. For us everything is really Bhagavan. But from our standpoint, we are more, for us it is easy to see Bhagavan in Kalyana Guna or auspicious gunas or whatever, glories, etc. So anyway, here also what do we say? The Yashas part is basically to say that everybody feels good about being popular and all that, correct? Or having something which is glorious. Syrup and all we say. Something which is outstanding in you means you feel good about it. Then Bhagavan has all that. If Bhagavan doesn't lack even in that department, all the yashas or all the fame is Bhagavan's fame only. Similarly, Bhagavan does not lack any resources. For us, even governments lack resources, correct? They have to also budget. And if it goes beyond the budget, it is a problem. And deficit and all that. Bhagavan doesn't have any deficit. Okay? Bhagavan need not budget also. So Bhagavan has Samagra Shri. And then what? Jnanam also. Jnana Vairagya Yosteyo. So why did I even talk about the Bhagavan word now? Because I want to talk about Vairagya. Vairagya is mentioned as one of the qualities in the Bhaga. This is very important because the same thing. Why Bhagavan should have Vairagya? Means Bhagavan should have Vairagya definitely because Bhagavan doesn't depend on anything for his own happiness. Correct? That has to be there. Bhagavan, as I said, does not depend on that if I get this only I will be happy, or if I have to get rid of, that is not there for Bhagavan. Because in the Bhaga itself, Vairagya is one of the 6 qualities. So Jnana Vairagya means Samagra Vairagya. If Bhagavan has Vairagya towards everything, complete Vairagya is there. So that is important for us to understand. Anyway, coming back here. So we say he is Kritakritya. I was actually talking about Kritakritya. Kritakritya means one who does not need to do anything for one's own happiness. Understand? That's why that person is called Atmanyeva Atmana Tuttaha. One who is happy by himself, being himself, is the Jnani. So that is why that person is Kritakrityavan, because he has nothing to be done really, but still he can do. Like Bhagavan himself says, Nahi name partasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana nanavaptam avaptavyam. He says, I don't have to gain anything, I don't have to give up anything, but still what? Vartayevacha karmani. So I am still doing karma. Because he says that otherwise others will get deluded. They will think that they also need not do anything. So I don't want to delude Nahi na buddhi bedam janayet ajnanam karma sanginam, like that in the same section it is there. So don't confuse the ones who are ajnanis, because you should not, that's why the Vedanta also is somewhat kept secret. Because some people can take this Vedanta and say what everything is Maya. This fellow is a lazy guy, he doesn't want to do anything really. Then he will be sitting at the house only and then just saying that everything is Maya. Why should I go out and work? But he is still eating somebody else's work. Okay, sitting and eating whatever other persons are earning. But if you ask, then he will say everything is Maya. So that is why it is, you should not generate. One who is qualified alone should be given this jnana. That is also important. Anyway, so this jnani is a kritakrityaha. Then what? Jivan muktapadam tyaktva. Jivan muktapadam tyaktva. Swadehe kala satkrite. Swadehe kala satkrite. Vishatya deha muktatvam. Vishatya deha muktatvam. Pavano spandatam iva. Pavano spandatam iva. So Jivan Mukta Padam. So he is a Jivan Mukta already. But then Jivan Mukta means the body is still only undergoing whatever prarabdha which has already started. So prarabdha being like the Mukta issue we say. Like the arrow which has already left. Till the momentum is there, it has to go. Correct? Or you switch off the fan, it is still rotating for some time. Or even fan and all is new invention. But in those days they also say potter's wheel. Correct? Once your potter's wheel is rotating, even if you stop the force, it will keep rotating for some time, correct? Till the momentum stops. That is the idea. So like that only this body also is going on. But then even that body also one has to give up whenever that karma is over. So when the swadehe kalasat krite means here the body is consumed by time, you can say, correct? In time, body degenerates and decays. And Vishati, then he enters. Where does it enter? Vishati, Adeha Muktatvam. Means Videha Mukta. Adeha means here Videha Mukti only. Means even after the body goes, this person is Vimuktascha Vimuchyate. Like that it is said even in the Upanishad. You are already Vimuktaha, but again after the body falls, completely Videha Mukti. Vimuktascha, being Vimuktaha, Vimuktaha asan Vimuchyate. You become free fully. Like even what? Pavanaha aspandatam iva means the air also, only when it is wind you recognize it, correct? But once it stops blowing, it stands still. It has come to a standstill. Like that, everything has come to a standstill here. So that is the Videha Mukti also has been said here. So both Jivan Mukti and Videha Mukti has been said. Now finally, again the Atma Swarupam is revealed. This is again from another Upanishad also has all these vakyas, so we will see that. Ashabdam, Asparsham, Arupam, Avyayam Tatha, Arasam, Nityam, Agandhavaccha, Yat Anadyanantam, Mahatav Param, Dhruvam, Tadeva Shishyati, Amalam Niramayam. Okay, this Ashabdam, Asparsham and all is there in other Upanishads, but not exactly in the same manner. So here something. So Tadeva Shishyati means that alone remains. Initially the question was about Kaivalya, correct? Again we are coming back to Kaivalya. So even here you can say there is a Upakrama and Upasamhara, both are talking about Kaivalya alone. That Kaivalya was before Srishti, this Kaivalya is post Pralaya also. We are talking Tadeva Shishyati, means that alone is there. Brahma Vastu is always there. And what is the nature of that Vastu? Means we have everything. Ashabdam, Asparsham, Arupam, Avyayam. Means Ashabdam, Asparsham, Arupam means basically it is not any of the sense objects. Correct? It is not an object. which can be objectified by any senses. So ashabdam, asparsham, arupam. And then it is also not something which is changing. Avyayam, indeclinable, does not change. And tatha arasam. So here this should be arasam. You cannot read it as tatha rasam. It is. Or if you read it as rasam also, we can interpret it because rasagakyevayam latvanandi bhavati. Rasa can be taken as a word for ananda also. That's taste. Rasa is taste if you take. But taste also is some kind of an ananda only, correct? So if you take it as rasam means we have to take it as ananda swarupa. Or arasam means basically it is not again a sense object. And nityam means it is eternal, means basically it is free from time. And agantha also. So all the five are covered here, correct? Ashabdam, asparsham, arupam, arasam, agantha. And it is nityam. And then anadi anantam. It doesn't have any beginning, doesn't have any end. And it is mahatah param. It is bigger than even mahat, because mahat is the first manifest thing for us. So it is greater than the whatever is the greatest manifest. And dhruvam means it is the only thing which is always there. Okay. Which is unchanging, which is supporting also, which supports everything. Is dhruvaha. And that alone remains finally. Tadeva shishyati. And it is amalam, niramayam. It doesn't have any impurity, it is not tainted by anything, there is no suffering also. Niramayam means it is beyond all suffering. That is the Swarupa. That is the Atma Swarupa. Iti Tritiyodhyayaha. So we have finished the third Adhyaya with this. Now Paingala again he asks one question. Okay, he is not done yet. So he says what? Atahainam Paingala Aprachayajñavalyam Jnaninaha kim karma Kacha sthitihi iti. So Paingala further asks. He asks Yajñavalkya, what is the karma for a jnani? You say that jnani he lives as a jivan mukta and all that. Then what can he do then? What are the things which, like even in the Gita also Bhagavan is asked by Arjuna, correct? Sita prajñasya ka bhasha. So how does the Sita prajña talk? How does he walk and all that he asks? It's not literally about whether he means walk means he has to walk like Rajnikant or what, nothing like that, correct? Or he has to talk with some air slowly, like creating some mystic. Then only is Sita prajña one. Bhagavan did not really interpret it like that. He just says Atmanyeva Atmana Tushtaha and all that. Prajahati Yada Kaman, like that the answer starts. Sarvan Partha Manogatan. So the one who destroys all the Kama, the one who doesn't require to fulfill any Kama to be really happy. That is the meaning of Prajahati Yada Kaman. Means when one has given up all the desires, Sarvan Partha Manogatan, Atmanyeva Atmana Tushtaha, Sthita Prajñas Tadochyate, like that Bhagavan answers. Bhagavan doesn't take the question literally, but basically Arjuna wants to know the Lakshana of the Sthita Prajña. And whatever is Siddha for them is Sadhya for us. Like that Bhashyakara also says. Why does even the Shastra talk about the Jnani's Lakshana? Means the Jnani's characteristics are the ones which we have to strive to attain. Correct? For us it is a Sadhya. All your sadhana also is only towards that you also attain such characteristics. So that's why we talk about that. So here he is asking Jnaninaha kim karma ka sthitihi. What is the sthiti of the Jnani also? What is his status or lifestyle? Then what? Saho vachayatmyavalkyaha. Even here see amanittvadi sampannaha mumukshuhu ekavimshati kulam tarayati brahmavit matrena kulam ekottara shatam tarayati. So no, this is said also even in other places. So he says, even if somebody is a mumukshu and has all those amanitvadi values, correct? Amanitvam, adambitvam is said even in the Gita it is said, the 20 values, amanitvam, adambitvam, ahimsa, kshanti, rajyavam, acharyopasanam, shaucham, stairyam, atma vinigraha, indriyarteshu, vairagyam, anahankara, evacha, janma, mrityujara, vyadi, kadoshanu, darshanam, aratir, what is that? Huh? Aratir, jana samsatihi, jnana yoga vyavastitahi, like this it goes, okay, even I have forgotten anything. Aratis, no, aratihi is correct. Janma mrityu jara vyadi dukha doshana darshanam. Asaktir anabhishwangaha, not arati. Asakti, asaktiranabhishwangaha, putradara grihadishu, nityancha samati chittattvam, ishtanishtopapatishu, like that, okay. The 20 values are given. There are 4 or 5 verses there, starting from verse 7 in the 13th chapter. These things even we teach initially itself. Even in our course and all, Swamiji talks about all these values initially. So the Amanitvadi Sampanna, one who has all this, in fact all these values themselves are called Etat Jnanamiti Prokta, like that Bhagavan says, Ajnanam Yadatom Yatha, like that. All these things are called Jnana. Because Jnayate Anena iti Jnana. They become the cause for, or the karana for gaining Jnana. Only if you have all these values, you can really gain this Atma Jnanam. Therefore, they are also known as Jnanam. And one who has that Eka Vimshati Kulam Tarayati, even if you have in your family one Mumukshu who has all these qualities, means then 21 generations of in that family, they attain some whatever. Tarayati means they also cross over the samsara, we have to say. And Brahmavid Matrena, and if somebody becomes Brahmavid in the family, 101 generations, they say, Kulam Ekottara Shatam Tarayati. 101 generations in that family, they are also attained. But this all we have to take it with a pinch of salt, I think. It is basically a praise. Okay? These are all praising the jnana. Because in general, even today or in those days, giving up karma was looked down upon. Okay? That's why jnanam has to be praised. Sannyasa lifestyle also has to be praised. So this is all for that. Basically, it is a praise for jnanam, means. Also we have to take it as it is, we can take it. Even if somebody becomes jnani, even in their family tree also. Otherwise, if you take to sannyasa, the problem is what? You don't do any pitru karma, you give up all karma, correct? Then how will your pitrus survive and all that is a big question, correct? No, all these things are basically directed towards such criticism. So even if you take to sannyasa, but if you are a mumukshu or if you become a jnani, all your pitrus are also taken care of by that. In fact, more than even whatever you can do, any karma, this jnana and the pursuit of jnana itself is to be welcomed, even from that standpoint. So this is particularly said here, because giving up pitru karma is a big thing. Even today, most brahmanas are given up nitya karma, but at least the shraddha, the karma are performed at least, because maybe it is only once a year. So people do it, or some people even do, more people do this Amavasya Tarpana than even Sandhyavandanam. Correct? If I go to our village also to the river on an Amavasya, lot of people will come and everybody does Tarpana at least. So those things are there because you still have some attachment with your parents and grandparents and all that. Correct? So at least you think that you are doing something for your immediate ancestors. So there is a certain observance is still there. Okay? But even here, again, even if you take to sannyasa lifestyle and don't do all that, just being a mumukshu or being a jnani only, you are again taking care of all your ancestors also. That is what is shown here. We will continue this in the next class. Om Purnamadaഃ Purnamidam Purnāt Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.